Starting off with some self-massage, opening up the nasal cavities, creating space. Good one to start off with is that tapping, gently tapping just all over the scalp. It's like little raindrops. Just really lightly. And if anything feels awkward or doesn't feel right, then obviously don't do it. Just miss that bit out. If it feels good, just gently tapping over the scalp. And also just be aware of the shoulders stay relaxed. And also the head position. So if you're sitting or standing, you've just got the head balanced on top of the spine. If your head is pushing forwards like this, it's going to cause a lot of tension in the throat, in the back of the neck. So just that head balanced on top of the spine. Nice lengthening of the back of the neck. And let's come down now to the eyebrows. So just gently put in a little bit of pressure with the thumbs underneath there, right underneath the ridge of the eyebrows, and just then softly spreading across the eyebrows. So pressure up a little bit with the thumb and then out to the side. Remembering here we've got all of the paranasal cavities, sinuses. Just breathing easy as you do this. And then let's come just tapping on the cheekbones under the eye sockets. Relaxing the face muscles. There's a really good podcast on, I tried to share it actually, and I couldn't find a way of sharing it on Facebook or anything. It's on Global Player, it's LBC, and it's called, I forgot what it's called, but it's a guy called Tom Swarbrick, and I think it's called The Mission or something like that. And he is speaking to Stephen Porges about the polyvagal theory, and that can be quite complex. But actually, it's a really clear way of, it's a really clear conversation. And he basically explains that the whole facial muscles, the smiling, is all about the body and the mind knowing it is safe, which brings us into parasympathetic. So we've talked about this before, about smiling, relaxing the face muscles. So this is just helping, this just face massage is just helping with that. And then we can come very gently, just circle in on the temples. And then down to the jaw. You can really get into the jaw muscles here. Really get the tight muscles in the jaw. Let the mouth open. And we can do a little bit on the ears, so just gently squeezing the ears and a little bit of a gentle pull on the earlobes, squeezing. Breathing easy. and then coming into the back here. So get right underneath the base of the skull there, get the thumbs in there, and as much or as little pressure as you need. You might find one side is maybe a little bit more tender than the other. And really just do nice big circles in there, really release out. So you're going either side of the spine there in the neck, so right underneath the skull there. Big muscles that you'll feel there that often holds a lot of tightness and tension. My right side I can feel is a lot more feel a lot more tension in there, or soreness, a little bit of soreness. Left side feels fine there, I can feel it a little bit more in the right. So really explore, see what you notice. And at any time, if you feel when you're doing this, if you need to take a slightly fuller breath in and breath out, remembering you can use like a release breath. So that's fine once in a while. You don't end up over breathing if you do a releasing, a cleansing and clearing breath. So as you find a little bit of tightness, you might want to do a full breath in and then just release out. Remembering that as you breathe in, the heart rate increases. As you breathe out, the heart rate slows. So a longer exhale helps to relax and release. And that's in or out through the nose or the mouth. Okay, now let's just gently tap either side. So there's your sternum. So we go in either side of the sternum. Just lightly with the knuckles. Again, just what feels comfortable for you. And here again, this might really feel as if you want to do a cleansing and clearing breath. And then as we're doing our self-massage, we may as well continue with the rest of the body. Let's go down the inside of the arm, then turning the arm over and coming up the outside, and then we can go into the shoulder. And again down the inside, up the outside, into the shoulder. One more down this side, inside, up the outside, shoulder, and then we'll swap sides, so down the inside. Again, just watch if you've got rings on or anything that you don't cut yourself. Ideally taking the rings or any watches off, which I didn't do this morning. One more down the inside. Up the outside, into the shoulder. And then if you have been sitting, come up to standing and we will do the lower body. So we will go, again, there's the lower back, we'll go either side of the spine, just gently tapping. Just move the microphone there. Gently tapping up and down, getting some blood flow. And then we'll go down the back and the sides of the legs, bending the knees, coming back up on the inside of the legs, in the thighs, and then a nice little knock in the folds of the hip there, so in the hip creases, just tapping gently with a light fist. And we'll go again down the back and sides of the legs, on the inside, and then tapping. And let's do one more. Back and sides of the legs. You want to feel some vibration through the muscles. Tapping in the hips. And then we can do just a gentle tap just around the belly. Softening the belly. And I like that idea of a strong back of the spine and a soft front. So quite often we hold too much tension, particularly in here in the lower hip, excuse me, in the hips, or the pelvic floor, or up here. So just release any excess tension, tightness. And then shake it out. Let's have a good shake. If it feels good, tap your heels into the ground. Just move around, shake the shoulders, wake yourself up. Take a few full breaths in. If you're outside, have a look around. If you're inside, open up your horizons, see what's around. One more full breath. And then slowing it down, and stand for a moment and just feel all of the energy flowing through the body, blood flowing, lymphatic drainage moving the body, relaxing the face with that inner smile. And if you have got a wider view, a panorama in front of you, just open up the gaze in front of you as well. Again, the more you are aware of the space in front of you, and the more you have that panoramic view, a greater perspective, the more you are telling the body it's safe, the more it brings you into rest and relaxation, parasympathetic. If we're focused on a particular task or on a particular object, then that can become more of a stress. Now, not necessarily bad stress, but it becomes more focused, it becomes more sympathetic. So just relaxing. And of course, that will affect then how you breathe. So just tuning in now with the breath and noticing the breath. And a really clear place to notice that breath is in the nostrils. It's very easy to feel that because you can feel that physical sensation of the air flowing in and out through the nose. So you are not doing anything. You're not changing the way you're breathing, you're not controlling the breath. Just allow the breath to be natural, but just bring an awareness to it. Now, often when you do bring an awareness to the breath, a couple of things can happen. Sometimes it can create a little bit of anxious feelings. So if that happens, then just take your attention away from the breath. Or it can naturally slow the breath down. That's fine. But what we don't want to be doing is taking any control of the breath, just noticing the breath. And one of the key things to remember when we're focusing on any breath work or any breath work that we're doing or any exercise that we're doing is that we want to be breathing the amount of air that we need to breathe for what we're doing at that moment in time, breathing to our metabolic needs. So if we started taking really fast, full breaths now, we'd be over breathing, and that would put you into a stress situation. So we want to just breathe the least amount of air that we need for what we're doing at this moment in time. And what is nice is if we put some movement to the breath, we're not just focusing on the breath. So let's do our opening of the flow from a really simple Qigong move, arms floating up. And notice what happens to the spine as the arms float up and then as the arms float down. So what is great about this simple movement is that we start to help with the biomechanics of breathing. So you'll notice the spine extends, the body expands, the rib cage opens up a little bit just by the fact that the arms are floating up. And then as the arms float down, it softens and relaxes a little bit. So just tune in with the movement to start off with. Get that nice, smooth, fluid movement. Really let the shoulders relax. So it's almost like the arms feel quite heavy. Elbows are soft, relaxed. Once we get into the flow of the movement, let's focus on the breath guiding the movement. So just before the movement starts there, breath in. So it's almost like the breath is guiding the movement. And then breath out. And it's that in breath that lets the arms float up. Breath in. And breath out. And just keeping the breath light. Not breathing too much or too little. And this breath is just in and out through the nose. And it's a continuous movement. Just as the breath flows, the movement flows. So there's no start, there's no stop. And you'll find that you settle into your own comfortable pace. So you don't necessarily need to follow me or anyone else on the Zoom if you're watching on Zoom. Just find your own comfortable rhythm, your own comfortable pace. On the next in-breath, we'll do alternate arms. So we just get one side and breath out, and then the other side. Keeping that breath light and slow. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, elbows soft, fingers soft. On the next in-breath, go back to both arms. And then we're going to move into another movement which is similar to Buddha holds up the earth, but slightly different. So just follow me for the movement on the next in-breath. So breathing in. And when we get to the top, we just open out to the sides. And then breath in. And breath out. And notice again from a purely movement point of view, how that's helping to open up the rib cage, expand the rib cage, lengthen the spine, expand the body. And the thing to watch on this is keep the shoulders down, because it's very tempting when we come up here to start reaching as high as we can and locking the shoulders up. So keep the shoulders down there. That really engages more the back muscles, gets the rib cage moving a little bit more. So shoulders down, shoulders down, shoulders down, and then out to the side. Good. And once you've got comfortable with that movement, let the breath guide the movement. So the in-breath expands the body, raises up, opens up, and then the out-breath softens. And the breath is quiet, it's light, soft. Shoulders relaxed. And then the next movement, we just repeat that, but the other way around. So palms facing the ground, and then facing the sky, and then coming down the center of the body. So pulling down the heavens, palms facing the ground. When they get to about shoulder height, rotate the shoulders. Again, keep the shoulders down here so we're not lifting the shoulders up. Then breath guides the movement. Breath in, expanding. Breath out, softening. Breath out through the nose. And I like to think simply with that exhale through the nose is you're actually gathering energy, containing energy into the body. Bringing now hands together, resting on the lower dantian, bringing the feet together. And just giving you about 30 seconds, just with your eyes closed, if that feels comfortable for you. Just to explore and experience bamboo in the wind. And then when you're ready, on the next inhale, just opening your eyes up, stepping out. Give yourself a little bit of a gentle brush down. Get yourself ready for the day. We've moved our body. We've done some nice, easy, soft, rhythmical breathing. Should set us up for the day. Have a great day. Thank you for joining, and I will see you on Thursday morning, hopefully, for more breath work and more movement. Take care. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.